During the Dark Brotherhood quest, The Cure for Madness, you are given the choice to either kill Cicero or leave him alive in the Dawnstar Sanctuary. By leaving him alive, he will rejoin you as an available follower near the end of the Brotherhood questline. This is a hard decision to make because if you kill him now, you're able to use him as a Dead Thrall. Once you spare him, he is flagged essential, and that will no longer be an option.
Do what you will. Coming.
As a Dead Thrall, Cicero still retains his impressive collection of over 32 unique dialogue lines. Cicero will also dance at any given time, both as a follower and a thrall.
Madness is merry and merriment smite when the jester comes calling with his knife in the night.
Choosing to thrall him will result in him being lower level than if you get him as a follower at level 50. One benefit of having him as a thrall is the ability to duplicate his armor endlessly. Cicero's Jester outfit is one of the most valuable thrall outfits if you're looking for an easy way to make some cash. Kill him, loot his clothes, re-thrall him, and enter a new area. His entire set respawns. You can repeat this as many times as you'd like. Cicero also wears clothes, making his corpse extremely light. You can spin him like a rag doll or use him as a frisbee. Cicero's corpse is fun for all ages. The better choice is to keep him alive to use as a follower. Cicero is able to be added in addition to your current follower. See the link in the description for my guide on how to get multiple followers from the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. Cicero is essential. This means you cannot kill him or pickpocket him. His max level is 50. Now, essential NPCs cannot be Wabbajack to fix their level, so to get the largest benefit from Cicero, you will want to wait until you're level 50 before you finish the Dark Brotherhood quests. He will be level locked on the console to whatever level you are when he returns to the Sanctuary. On the PC, you can fix this by dismissing Cicero, then using the disable and enable commands. On the console, once he's level locked, there's not much you can do due to the fact that he's essential. Cicero is a slightly improved version of the Dark Brotherhood Initiates. At level 50, he has 558 health compared to their 508. His offensive skills are one hand at 100 and 97 archery. Though you can't see his clothing as a follower because he's essential, he wears all Jester's clothes. These have 0 armor rating, so he will wear any piece of light or heavy armor that you give him. His preferred armor is light with 97 skill, so you'll get better results equipping him in Elven over Orcish. Here you see 43 armor rating Forsworn is chosen over 73 armor rating Blades armor. This is because of his low heavy armor skill. The Blades armor is not selected until compared against 38 armor rating Panitas Oculatus armor. For weapons, he works exactly like the Initiates. He will select his primary weapon based on the material quality rather than its damage value or enchantments. He will use a shield if you give him one, however his block skill is only 20, so you should avoid this unless you're struggling to keep him alive. If you do go with a shield, make sure it is light armor so that he gets the largest armor rating bonus from using it.
Humble Cicero lives to serve.
Cicero is an assassin class, which means he will stick very close to you. Very close to you. He will get in your face constantly, and because he will frequently spout out his random craziness, this can get very loud and very obnoxious. One of the things I really dislike about him were his long speeches. If you try to tell him to wait somewhere, you have to wait for him to finish his entire line about spiders eating his face before he will sit still. If you move around, he will continue moving around until his dialogue is over, and he's no longer in motion. This results in him standing in a place you did not want him to. This is going to be a problem if you often tell your followers to wait, but after the second or third time, I had enough. I'm thinking the developers did this on purpose just in an effort to make you as crazy as Cicero.
Let's kill someone. Does it involve sneaking and stabbing? Ooh, please say yes. Oh, yes, listener.
One plus of Cicero is his lack of morals. He will steal for you and attack nearly any target on command. You can see even wearing heavy armor, he puts Jordas down with ease. Cicero has the same dual-wield restrictions as the initiates. This means you can give him whatever weapon you want in the primary hand, but the offhand must be a Forsworn weapon or a pickaxe. If you choose to go with Forsworn, which I recommend, you need to make sure the primary weapon is made of steel or better weapon material. If not, he will use the Forsworn in his primary and not dual-wield the other weapon you give him.
Who's there?
No! Never should have come here.
Dora's dead! That'll get you across me.
Cicero has 100 sneak skill, which makes him a great partner for anyone playing a stealth build. Dark Brotherhood followers are the only followers with max sneak skill at level 50, so they're able to get much closer than other companion choices. Cicero uses summon stabs reliably, so if you want an extra pet, make sure to give him one. Here we see him in a legit Elven gear setup. Since he prefers light armor, Elven is the best choice. I've enchanted his sword with absorb health to keep him healed, and have given him health and resistance enchantments. While he's able to use the light armor shield effectively, his DPS drops significantly when you do not have him dual wielding. Cicero has no default starting weapons of any kind, which means he's willing to use unarmed damage if you want that. He doesn't do much work with this setup, so you'll need to do the restoration glitch if you want this setup to be effective. Cicero is willing to be an archer. He has no default bow or arrows, which means he will use any upgraded bow or arrow that you give him. However, he does not have an endless supply of arrows like archer-based followers, which means in order to get him to use this consistently, you're going to need to keep his inventory stocked full of arrows. Also, don't bother to get him to steal the Dwarven Centurion artifact arrow, as he only gets one and then it will be gone. Cicero the Archer did come out on top of this battle, but with only a sliver of life remaining, Cicero really starts to shine when you get him to use a dual-wield setup. Here he is using the same Elven sword in his primary and an upgraded enchanted Forsworn weapon in his offhand. He goes to work on this ancient dragon, tearing it down in seconds while only taking minimal damage in the process.
And I said to the baker, you're not dead.
Now for an even better setup, give him Windshear and then the upgraded enchanted Forsworn weapon in his offhand. The effect on the broken weapon Windshear allows him to stagger lock every target he comes up against. This will make him one of the most effective followers in the game.
Break that loot across my knee, and if the Archer choose to fight, why then I'll set his clothes right.
In summary, Cicero is one of the best followers in terms of his effectiveness, stats, and damage capability. Since he can be added to your party in addition to your regular follower, if you can put up with him, you should definitely add him to your group. Many of you may find his antics, jokes, and personality to be hilarious. Others are going to find him creepy as hell. Over time, I found his constant talking to be annoying, especially since he walks up in your face every single time you take a small step. Trying to get him to wait anywhere is going to be a test of your patience. Now you can tell Cicero got the most development attention of any character in all of Skyrim, with over 32 unique follower lines, in addition to his large involvement in the Dark Brotherhood questline and his unique dancing animation. Cicero was definitely someone's favorite pet project. I enjoyed using him for a long time. I found him to be a very reliable follower. Eventually, his Horker jokes and necrophiliatic innuendo got old, and I had to let him go. Use him for as long as you can stand him, but there will come a time where you're going to need to part ways. Keep your votes coming in the comments for which follower you'd like to see next, and let me know what you think of Cicero while you're at it.
That'll teach you to cross me. What was that? That'll teach you to cross me. No. That's the end of that. Let's kill someone.